Next we have a caulking gun and a tube of caulking. This caulking is made by DAP and it's called Alex Plus, and it's a silicone kind of enhanced product. So it's actually an acrylic latex caulking plus silicone. So it has silicone in it, but it's not 100% silicone. A lot of the silicone products, they may last a little bit longer, but they aren't paintable. So whatever color that of the caulking, when you put it on, that's kind of what you're stuck with. You can never paint it. Whereas this stuff is paintable and still lasts a long time. So that's why I like this product. This comes in white. This particular caulking tube is white. Other ones, you can buy it in clear and brown and other colors as well. But I'm going to show you real quickly how to load a caulking gun. So first off, you want to push this button on the back of the caulking gun and slide the plunger back. And then what we need to do is cut the tip of this tube off, and there's a little cutter that's built into this caulking gun that you can use. You can also use a knife to do that, or a scissors sometimes works as well. But these spout cutters are pretty nice, so you can just slide it in there and then really quickly just cut it off. Sometimes you need to give it a second go, and then there you go. You have a cutoff, and ideally you want to have it cut off at a 45-degree angle, and that helps you apply it nice and clean. And then once you do that, there's a little membrane inside the spout here that needs to be punctured, and that's what this little thing is for. And what you do is you just slide it down into the caulking tube and then load it into your gun and squeeze it. And this caulking gun actually has an auto release on it, so when you let go of the trigger, it pops back and it stops the caulking from coming out. But some caulking guns don't have that, and you actually need to push this button on the back every time after you release to keep it from coming out again. So, but caulking is a very versatile tool to seal up any kind of leaks you have or cracks you have in your home where air can leak in, and it's a really good tool for air sealing. I'm going to do a quick demonstration on how to use a caulking gun. So we already have it loaded in. We have the tip cut off, and we have the membrane punctured in here. And so now I'm going to demonstrate what would be like an inside corner of your house. So like pretend that maybe this is your trim around a door or something, or door or window, and then maybe this is your drywall. A lot of times this is a very common spot for air to leak in, is around that trim. So this could be any part of your house where there's kind of like a corner. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a wet rag on hand, and then just wipe off that surface so that there's no dust on it. And then you want to start with the 45-degree cut of your caulking tube, pointing up like that. And then so I'm going to just gently squeeze. And once it starts coming out, you want to just make a nice, try to make a smooth line. Just going to do that much for now. And then this doesn't look very nice, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back and go over it with our hand, with our finger, to kind of clean that up. It also helps make it adhere to the surface when you wipe your finger over it. So what I'm going to do is just do a little bit at a time, and as soon as I get about that much on my finger, I'll wipe that off, and do a little bit more, and then wipe that off. And just keep doing that over and over again. If you try to wipe too much or go too far with it, the caulking kind of squishes out the side, and it makes it so it doesn't look very clean. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And then as you get better at this, you can like fine tune how much caulking you're applying, so you don't have to wipe it as often. And that way I keep my finger clean too, is if I do it like this, when I'm wiping my finger off, and that way when I'm all done, my hand is pretty clean as well. So let's do that. That makes a nice clean line there. And then if you mess up with this caulking, thankfully it's water-based, so you can just come back and wipe it off if it hasn't cured yet. But that's a quick way to install caulking around an air gap.